Hello guys, welcome back to Game Development Tutorials. Today, in this video, we will be adding the player explosion and the game over screen. So first we actually need the explosion and the player health, so let's do that. So, let's make the player die in one shot for now. We'll change that later. So for the explosion, I'm just going to duplicate the asteroids and just call this player explosion. We can delete all this code in the player explosion, not the asteroid, because we still want the asteroids to be asteroids. Then for the costumes, we can just delete these asteroid costumes, so it's just the explosion costumes. I just want to make sure that these are all in order. Yep, there. Okay, great. So, now let's just make it animate first. Okay. So when click, it will hide. Then when the player dies, it will just broadcast a message. And what that is, so let's just say a player just broadcasts message 1. So then from a completely different script, you would say when I receive message 1. So for us, that is whenever it shoots. So basically, whenever the player shoots, it'll broadcast message 1. Then when it receives message 1, it will just do a certain thing. I'll just show you. So we do not want it to broadcast message 1. We want it to actually broadcast a new message. And that message will be called explosion. Okay, so when I receive explosion, create clone of myself. When I start this clone, it will just switch to the first costume. Then it will just say show, go to the front layer so it appears in front of the player. Then it will actually go to the player. And this will just repeat the amount of how many costumes you have. So I have 19 costumes, but since it starts at 1 costume, we actually want to cycle through 18 times. So we can just say repeat 18 times. This will wait 0.01 seconds. Then it will just say next costume, so it's cycling through. Then when it is done with that 18 times, it will just say delete this clone. Now all we have to do for the player ship is just call explosion. Then it will just do all that. So now we actually have to make it explode. So we just want to say one click forever if is touching the asteroids, or at least one of the asteroids. It will just hide, and then broadcast explosion. And that's pretty much it for this. Oops, I just muted. Sound effects I had last time. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, it worked. There we go. And it explodes, just like that. Okay, by the way, the link for this project will be in the description in case you were stuck on something and you just need to reference my code. Okay. So, like last time, now you just need to broadcast the explosion sound. I think, yeah, so we can just right click on this explosion, press export, and it will download. Then we can go to the player sprite and just drag. Apparently we cannot drag it in. We have to go to upload sound. Mine is in the downloads folder. Yep. Then double click on that and it will open. I tried to delete mine after I'm done using it because I won't use it. Okay. Beautiful. And now, before the explosion happens, we can just say start sound explosion. Oh, nice! That was pretty good. There we go. Okay, the game does not restart, but we will make it do that. Well, not really, but yeah, you'll have to see. Okay, so now we just want to make a game over screen. So we'll just broadcast another message, and this will just be game over. Just like that. And now we actually have to make the actual screen. So I'm just going to hover over to the sprite and do paint. Rename this to game over screen. And then what we want to do, I'm just going to use this rectangle tool. And I'm almost going to do it at black. The saturation is going to be 0. And the color, the top one does not matter because saturation is at 0, so it will just appear black. And I'm just going to set the brightness to, I don't know, 15. And then no outline. Then I'm just going to drag it, just like that. Then I'm just going to center this. Okay. Now I'm just going to display the text in game over. So I'm just going to go to this text. And yeah, I'm going to make it pixel. And then I'm just going to write brightness 100, saturation 100, color 0. And I'm just going to write game over in all caps. I don't really like the pixel. It doesn't really match the rest of the game, because the rest of the game is not that pixely. Okay, so now we can just scale this up. Maybe set the outline something like 2, set that to red. Yep, that looks good. Okay, set that to 1. And now, to make this cool outline effect without actually using the outline, because I don't really like that. So it's like a shadow effect. So we can just select the game over text, do Control-C, Control-V, then it will just create a duplicate. Then to move this over, we can press the left arrow key 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woohoo! And then we want to press the up arrow key 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we can just make this black. Same with the outline. Then we can just say go back. Then it will hide. That's because it's behind the background. So we can select on the background and just say go back. Then it will create this cool little shadow effect. So yeah, pretty cool. Now, we won't really have like restarting, so that's a bit hard. But I can do it. Okay, so we can just set the brightness to 100, set saturation 0, and color 0, just make it white. Then we can just say press, we'll put something there, to play again. And scale that up a little bit. Make that a bit smaller. Okay. So to play again, we're gonna click on the green flag. Okay, so let's select the rect tool and set the color to some green. Like brightness, like color 32, saturation 100, then brightness 88. Okay, then we're just going to zoom in by hitting this little plus button. And we're just going to do like this little rectangle. And then this other rectangle. Like that. Then use this reshape tool. And we can just drag that in. And then drag that out. Then on the screen it will appear like it's waving. We want it to sort of match this green flag. So we can drag this one forward, drag this one forward, then pull that up, then pull that up. And that looks good. I'm just going to add one more space to this so I have a bit more room to put this flag. I'm just going to move the background over to the side. Then I'm just going to select the select tool and just drag that. I'm also going to grab the text and just lower that just so I can actually select the flag. And then I'm just going to press group. So now whenever you click on one, it selects both. It's just a bit easier to do that. Okay, so now we can put the text back and put the background back. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so that is our game over screen. Now we can just say, when clicked, this will hide, and whenever it receives the game over message, when the player is broadcasting it, because the player is dead when it broadcasts game over, it will just say, show, set the ghost effect to 100, so even though that it's showing, it's still there, it's just invisible, because the ghost effect, it's kind of like a percent, like 0 ghost effect, it's just completely there, it's completely shown, it's not see-through. And then 100 ghost effect is just, it's invisible. Then we just want to say, go to front layer, go to the center, so 0, 0. Then we just want to make it fade in. So we will say repeat 10 times. Change color effect by 25. We just want to switch the color to ghost effect. And 25 to -10, so it goes down. And then at the end, when this loop stops, it will just say stop all. That basically means that it will just stop the game. Okay, so now if we press play, and we let an asteroid collide with us, we will be increasing the speed as time goes on. We will. Then this game over screen will fade in, and yeah, it will stop the game, and it will just say press green flag to play again. It'll press this, and it restarts. Beautiful. Okay, so that is it for this video. I hope that you have enjoyed. So yeah, make sure that if you have liked, sorry, I just went over this, that you leave a like on this video and subscribe to this channel. And I post new content every Saturday and Sunday. Some will be Unity game engine and some will be Scratch. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed. So bye guys. And by the way, I'll leave a project link in this video description. So yeah, bye. That is it this time. Okay, bye. See you in the next video.